All right. Well, they're tied up. They're tied up anyways, so I'll just.
They're restrained. They're restrained.
Yeah, I'll take a seat opposite of them, because they're all in a line, kind of propped up, sleeping, and I'll wait until they wake up.
Did you start a fire at least?
No.
So we can't
Still,
see you.
Yeah. I mean, well, actually, no. Half the party could because they have dark vision.
Everyone.
So-
Yeah.
Okay, so you drag everybody just off to the side, kind of where you had set up a temporary camp. Prop them up against trees and just wait for everybody to wake up.
Yep.
So the rest of the four of you, you rise from your brief slumber, restrained, not where you left. You remember being last, propped up against a tree, with a grizzled sorcerer staring at you.
I'm getting tired of these motherfucking sleeps and these motherfucking destinations.
Blame it on Artlox. He's the one who keeps bringing up sleep.
I haven't used it since that fateful episode. I knocked
That's true.
everybody
That's
out.
true.
From that faithful episode.
All right.
I
what do you
knocked
guys-
everybody out and then heartlessly stabbed someone who thought I was their ally in the neck.
It is late at night, but it's a clear. The rain is past. The skies have cleared up a little bit. You estimate it's probably after midnight.
Who the fuck are you?
Is there somebody out there?
Yes, there's a grizzled sorcerer sitting in front of us.
Sorcerer who's tied you up and dragged you into a tree.
My pendant would still have light on it, so that's good for like 8 hours. So
Oh,
Yeah.
okay then. So
Well,
we can all see him. Okay then.
Somehow, Coswin didn't notice.
Yeah, but I mean, it wasn't important.
It's a trinket. It's not worth anything.
Yeah.
All right.
He's obviously a holy man.
What do you guys?
Oh, a holy man that grave robs. I said, who the fuck are you?
Do we notice we're missing things?
we're tied up. We're probably
You don't notice.
otherwise preoccupied right now.
You know your shield's not on you, but none of you are also carrying any weapons right now.
Oh, by the way, I put that shield it's sitting next to me because that's obviously from the place they just robbed.
Why have you got my shield?
But the better question is, why do you have this shield?
I was spoken to by the prior owner from Beyond the Grave, and he told me to come get it. So
Right. Okay. I'm.
Well, I will tell you this. Who the fuck are you? Where are we? First of all, like, where the fuck is this place?
I'm gonna wait for
Mr.
the snow
Sorcerer.
negotiations to break down before I speak again.
I'm not happy.
I want to know. I want to know who you are.
Well, you know, we're a group of people. We are from a place called Whitewood. Well, not originally. That's where we formed. And then we suddenly just appeared in a fucking tomb.
He's got a point. Yes, we randomly got caught in some sort of magical storm and evaporated into the tomb.
I mean, if you want proof, go over to the fucking bricks. Was that caved in or caved out? You tell me.
Who knows? Maybe there was another entrance in that tomb.
Well,
You
And
can
you
go
got
freely
stuck.
look.
feel
No, you
free
can
to
freely
go.
go look.
Careful,
Go ahead,
Bob.
Mr. Sorcerer.
I want to know. I want to
to
know who you are and where you're from, and none of this.
Okay, my name
This-
is Artlox Allendil. I'm a half elf, and I am from. I can't remember what the place is called.
You're like long watches on the beach.
It's pretty clear that you're a half elf because all humans see you as elf and all elves see you as human.
It's dark. He might not have noticed. I am the son of a merchant and a healer, and we, as a party, this is Snow. Kavara is the dragon lady, and
Bob has
Tybern is
Tyburn's
the
still sleeping.
cleric.
We are missing a dwarf.
We are missing one of our party who also was taken up by the storm. However, we fear he is lost.
Have you
Who are
seen a
you?
dwarf about yay high? Really crazy. He constantly talks about this great
One
story
hand.
of Borkvarrd GodSlayer. and yeah.
The only people I've seen a couple of grave robbers.
A couple of what?
Grave robbers. That's really
you
cool.
heard
Where are
me.
they?
Sitting right in front of me, tied up.
Well, you know, I can assure you we're not grave
you think
robbers.
we're grave robbers?
How
No,
far...
I know you're grave robbers. You just don't think you're grave robbers.
Hold on. How far from
The
Dark Oak are
actual
we from
term is
here?
archaeologist. Thank you very much.
Do you
What
know
did you
this?
say, Sly?
Where
How
are
far
we?
how far from Dark Oak are we from? I came up with garbled
The
English.
fuck's a
How
Dark
far from Dark Oak? That's the fucking city we come from, the town, the little.
Never heard of it.
Have you ever heard of Moravia?
No.
Okay, yeah, thought
Good.
so.
Okay, so
Parallel
where are we then? What holding are we in?
You're in the South Forest of Ben. What is it?
It's just called North Moravia.
Sure,
It is the north side of the Spurs, that big mountain range.
So he does
Sure.
know where it is.
No, it's
Roach knows nothing. Coswin knows nothing of what exists on the other side of the Spurs.
you're in North Moravia.
We're from South Moravia.
Well, no, you're from Moravia.
Moravia.
I know, but I'm saying it for him. He doesn't know where we're from.
We're from. Do you have a
You
map on you?
No.
Okay,
Good.
well,
Right.
I'm gonna just throw out some stuff here. Is there like a really big mountain range somewhere around here?
Just a couple?
Really big. Maybe to the south.
Big one,
Yeah.
kind of pointy.
Could you name the
Got a
mountain
few.
ranges for us?
Are they named the same thing, Ben?
They would have local names, but they would not be the same names.
For fuck's sake.
Do you have anything called the Spurs, by any chance?
I'm calling it that for your guys' sake, but no, they would not have anything called that.
All right, so what did I miss here?
Nothing. We've been
you just
tied up
woke up.
with his.
Coswin is interrogating these guys who thinks are grave robbers, and they've come to the conclusion that they don't know where they are, and he doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about.
He's not the brightest candle in the
And
box.
they asked
Nearest
if he saw a dwarf.
nearest mountains we go to the Southern Whitecaps. That's all we got.
Probably from past that. Just gonna throw it out there.
Well, we don't
Did you
know.
get
We Snow. We were magically teleported here. How do we know we're anywhere near Dark Oak? And what we know might be hundreds of thousands of leagues away by now.
Well, we're in North Moravia, so I mean,
20
we're
and one
somewhere
half
nearby.
furlongs.
God, everyone is not. So everyone got a new schedule today, and like everyone's texting me like, "Hey, we go in at this time, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
Okay. What? How can we be grave robbers if we don't know where we are?
I don't know if you don't know where you are. I know that you think, or you're telling me you don't know where you're from or what you are.
This is about
But
to get.
You could know what you are. You're just saying it to get out of punishment.
What's your name?
I don't think you need to know that.
Well, Mr. No Name, go into that cave, well, not cave, that tomb, and tell me if there's another entrance into that place. Just go. Have a look for yourself.
Oh, I know. It's a grave. It's a tomb. Maybe one of the.
It doesn't hurt
maybe-
to look.
Well, it's illegal.
No one will know.
Is there a Temple of Helm anywhere around here in these parts?
The fuck's a helm?
That's a no.
Okay. I
Has
see where
anyone
this is going.
has anyone rolled a persuasion check and all at him?
Nope.
No.
No.
Okay, well I'd like to roll a persuasion check at him.
All right.
Did you find the source of the loud slam?
I did. My roommates are trying to jump one of their cars, and it's not. I think they need a starter in it. Is probably what it is. It was just one of them slamming the door like really hard in anger. All right, so we're not grave robbers. We just appeared in the tomb. We couldn't find a way out. We smashed our way out through this thing. This is what we did. The shield happened to come from some thing.
Got attacked
that
by
he picked up.
slimes.
Got attacked by slimes. Oops, stop performance. Ooh, okay.
He doesn't believe you. All he sees is a group of very peculiar looking strangers in the middle of a night outside a tomb with items that probably were ill-gotten.
Okay, well, why don't you take us to the authorities then? If we've caused offense, I mean, this has got to be. I mean, Tyburn being of Helm here, a cleric of Helm. If laws have been offended in the locality, then it's up to them to make reparations for it. So Tyburn's going to ask this guy. Okay, well, I guess we need to go to the authorities then, or we need to pay our dues and then be able to be on our way.
It's a couple days' journey.
Got nowhere to go.
Well, I mean, we're tied up. We're kind of,
Look, I'm tired. I'm hungry. I'm hurting. I just want to go to bed. So let's go.
You just had a good nap.
I mean, unless you've got some other plan in mind here. I mean, you just
I could just leave you here, take what you have, and leave.
Well, then, wouldn't you be a thief, therefore? That's kind of
It's gonna get
breaking
like,
the morality of your
paid
whole...
anyway.
What?
Paid by
If
who?
I take you to the authorities, I'm just gonna get paid anyway.
Yes, but then that defies your whole stance of morality there, sir.
How do you know my reality? By the way, stop struggling back there. I can see you.
What?
Behind your back, I can see you struggling.
You can't see me struggling.
All
Yes,
right,
I can.
I'm gonna do something here. I'm gonna do a sleight of hand check real quick.
Oh,
Try to see if I can't slip my hands out of my.
That's literally what I've been asking Ben if I can do, and he's like,
I
okay,
told you to whisper me a roll. You didn't do it.
I know, I said, how do I whisper a roll?
Okay,
Slash whisper.
So Snow, you quite visibly start struggling behind your backs, and Coswin, you see him start to get one of the ropes loose.
Well, you got two choices here. Tell me what's really going on, and I might let you go. Or keep doing that, and well, you don't want to know what happens after that.
We have told you, we're looking for our friend. We randomly turned up here. We ended up inside a tomb. We did what we naturally did as a group and tried to find our way out. We happened to come across certain items, including that shield, which a mystical fucking voice told me to go get. And if you have a problem with my friends, don't take them as the grave robbers take me, because I was the one that went for the shield. But we are not thieves.
Is there anything I could roll to see if he's telling the truth?
Midge can roll a persuasion check. To see
Or
if you
can I
believe-
also roll like an insight thing?
Well, either one of you could do either one of those things, but only one of you can do it.
I do get a +2 to persuasion, so
Well,
both of you are terrible.
Midge, you failed to convince him, and Roach, you still don't believe him.
so
How about you, holy man? Got anything to say for yourself? The truth, maybe?
Well, raw truth has already been spoken. I know not what I could say to convince you further. If offense has been committed, we are sorry that offense has been committed, and if dues need to be paid, if you want to take us to the authorities, we can certainly work that out.
I just went to sleep. I had to rot. then we almost got killed by a fucking acid slime. It's not a good time. Not a good time.
Coswin, what do you do? The character who's cleric is suggesting that you let the authorities sort it out.
Well, yeah, I don't like the authorities that much either. Well,
We're unfamiliar. We're unfamiliar with your customs. We don't know where we are.
Let's take a night on this. In the morning, I'll figure out what I'm gonna do. It seems like you've been through some something in that tomb. So why don't we take a night, and I'll think it over.
Can you at least lay me on my bedroll?
How cold is it right now?
You're fine. You are, donned in appropriate climate weather. The other four of them are freezing because it's there's a slight breeze and it was raining when they exited the tomb. So they are wet. It is the middle of the night. It is quite chilly out.
I'd like to do an insight check on this. Would you call yourself Coswin?
I didn't call myself anything.
Oh, I want to do an insight check on this guy.
But you don't know that. So you could do an insight check. What are you trying to incite?
Well, he wants to take a night to think about taking us to the authorities. I mean,
you trying to see if you believe him?
Well, if there's any particular reason why he wouldn't want to, is he? I'm trying to figure out if he's a rogue himself.
Okay. Give me an insight check.
What's his story?
All right, Bob, you're quite accustomed to dealing with Tyburn. Sorry, you're quite accustomed to dealing with people, and you're pretty sure one of the few things you certainly believe from him was when he muttered under his breath, saying that he doesn't like the authorities either.
All right, well, I'm not gonna say anything about it.
I break out their bedrolls, put them.
All right, so you break out their bedrolls, tuck them in for the night, and are we gonna call it a long rest here?
Thank you, Papa Coswin.
Call me that again, I kill you.
Okay.
Whatever you say.
You're all tied up, but you're all cozily tucked away in your bedrolls. The night passes pretty uneventfully. You have trouble sleeping as you are still restrained uncomfortably, but you all regain your hit points, so you can go back up to full health.
Well, what I'd like to do actually during the night,
Tyburn,
is is the mage up all evening, or what's his?
That's up to him.
Where do I got a D20 at?
That is up to him.
Let me roll that. Coswin falls asleep.
Coswin falls asleep, and hang on one second. Coswin falls asleep. Tyburn, you notice him fall fast asleep. Do you try to do anything while he's out, or do you just go to sleep?
Well, let me run this by you, since I kind of flavored this up a little bit prior to this to see if this is something that you would allow. So what I want to do...
Paint me a word picture, Tyburn.
I don't have 1,000 words. I don't think I can spit out 1,000 words. I've actually got a raging headache, and I keep sneezing and dripping out of my nose. But so my spiritual weapon, I said, were a pair of Helm's gauntlets, right? Mm-hmm. That goes fisticuffs with people. What I'd like to do is use that in a utility way to untie my bonds on just me. Is what I'd like to do. Is
your spiritual weapon? How's that cast?
It's cast vocally and somatically.
Okay, so yes, I will allow that. Why don't you go ahead and give me what would be a good check just for your hands untying you?
Maybe the one with the hand in its name.
No, because it's a magic thing, so maybe Arcana.
No, it's not gonna be sleight of hand because he's not using his hands. Why don't you just give me? I mean, I can't really think
Well,
of anything.
magical would be an Arcana.
Yeah, that's
It
what I
is.
said.
It is. It would be Arcana. Do Arcana. Yeah, just do straight Arcana. No advantage, no disadvantage. You're free.
All right.
So you wait for Coswin to fall asleep, and kind of under your breath, but still vocally, you utter the words that conjure up the gauntlets of Helm, their spiritual weapons, and you mentally command them to undo your restraints. They just kind of swoop in either direction around you, quickly tie your hands, then you untie your feet, and you're free.
I have.
Okay.
I'm going to say it's about 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. You can start to see the sun coming up.
Do I know where my weapons are?
Yes, you do. All the weapons are piled up in on a next to a tree next to Coswin, kind of leaning up against the tree. So you're free. You're standing on your bedroll. Everybody else is.
How far away am I from Coswin?
Coswin, that's going to be up to you. How far away were they when you tied them up, and where you fell asleep?
15 feet, probably. Something like that. 15, 20 feet.
Did I ever, I kind of did. Damn it. I was going to help with this, actually, but I probably can't.
Everybody else is sleeping. Bob's the only one who's awake right now.
Are we
Okay.
allowed to roll health dice?
You got all your health back.
Here's what I want to do next. I want to stealth over, grab my mace, and I want to put myself in a position to
Bludgeon him
interrogate Coswin. Not bludgeon him to death. I'm not gonna coup de grace the guy. I need information.
Stealth
I don't know where
check
the
to
fuck
get
I am.
over there. Stealth check to get over there silently and pick up your weapon without alerting him.
I wouldn't even be mad at that. Telling me while I'm asleep and just like, well, Coswin's dead.
What character are you gonna play next week, Roach?
You definitely step around the few crunchy looking leaves and twigs on your way over to where your weapon is laid. You grab your light crossbow, heft it back onto your back, and all of your other personal possessions.
No, just my mace. I'm not gonna pick
Okay.
everything up.
You don't
Just
pick everything up. Okay.
I'm just grabbing up my
Just-
hammer. That's the
You
only thing I
just
got.
take your mace. What do you do with it?
All right, so I'm gonna come over to Coswin now, and I'm going to. He's sleeping on his stomach aside. What's he got going on here?
Hang on a sec. You are sleeping on your. Where's my D4?
He's sleeping standing up on his head. Are his eyes open like Gandalf?
We're gonna roll for the way
We both
the
went for
way
that at the
he's
same
sleeping.
time.
See, you are sleeping. Let's see. You are sleeping on your stomach, flat on your stomach.
I take the
passed out.
Palantis out of his arms and I put a jug in place. Or Palantir? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
The orb thing?
Yeah.
I forget what it's called. But anyway, all right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kick him over. I'm gonna put my knee right on his chest. I'm gonna shove the top of the hammer against his throat
Oh my.
so he can't
It's a
speak.
Palantir, isn't it?
Okay, so Goswin, you are very abruptly awakened from your accidental slumber, with a boot in the gut and the cold steel of a warhammer pressed up against your jugular.
Okay.
Listen very carefully. I don't know who you are. We've explained very politely who we are. We don't know where we are. We don't know where we are here. We don't know even when we are. Cry out loud. None of this is familiar to us at all. Now, it's pretty clear that I don't think that you have any love loss for the would-be's, those in charge around here either. Am I making any sense? I feel like I'm slurring on my words.
No, you're okay.
Okay. Now, there's two ways this is going to go. You're either going to help us figure this out, where we are, and lead us somewhere where there's a little more warmth than what's going on here, because I'm really cold and really agitated. Or we can just go ahead and end this here, and we'll find our own way.
Like you said, you had it against my throat.
I do.
be-
Just looking for you. So it's like, are you
You're
gonna
just
work with
like-
us? Yeah, all I really need him to do is nod.
You're trying to speak, but you're just gurgling saliva.
Did you strip us of all our armor and stuff too, or did you just relieve us of our belongings?
I didn't go that deep.
Ooh.
You didn't do a cavity search.
He's that thorough.
It's a mage. He has
Do
under sleep,
we
you know.
hear this happening?
I know that's gonna be up to Tyburn and Cosman. I don't know how loud Tyburn is speaking because I was under the impression he was whispering it, so it was kind of a one-on-one thing.
Normal speaking voice. So I mean, that's up to everyone
Okay,
else
it
if they're
rouses
woken up
the
by
other
this or not. But
Here, I will do this. I'm asleep. Fast asleep.
no one knows what's
I
going on.
mean, you notice that he's awake, and you just blink at
That's
him.
a 20 because I get a +2.
And-
So-
and what precisely are we trying to perceive here?
No, I'm giving you.
No, if I hear that,
No.
Oh, no, you
That's
guys,
what
you actually roused. You heard him, and it woke you up.
I'd rather go with the I'm totally fast to fucking sleep.
Now I'm gonna point out to the mage, I suppose, here that I haven't killed him. I could have killed him in his sleep, you know, but there's opportunity available here to be working together as opposed to opposed.
Working together for what? What?
Well, let's start with where we are. Let's start with that.
I've told you where you are. You know where you are.
I mean, I wasn't here for part of that conversation.
You know that you are approximately 1 day north of a small village called Mortem, and several days south of a rather large town called Ostia.
Well, I didn't tell them any of that. I told them that they're in northern
Moravia.
Moravia. And I told them that. So that's
Well,
what they know.
I'm gonna work off kind of some of the intimidation factor here of like, hey, I haven't killed you yet. Like, you know, I could very easily have killed you in your sleep. You know, but I didn't because we don't know what's going on. We're not grave robbers. Do you want to help us out here? And I don't think that you want to go to the authorities either.
Can I have my shield back?
Other things
So
are being dealt with.
what's it
right
gonna
now.
be? How is it gonna be?
Found his sound effects.
Yeah.
Started again.
Now it's raining.
I'm now definitely awake because that's cold.
So it's a John Woo movie now.
What's it gonna be, man?
Yo.
I feel like you're.
I'll agree to help you.
Good. I'm gonna slowly pick myself up off of him, still kind of pointing my warhammer at him, and I'm gonna ask him very nicely to please untie my companions.
I look at the mace that he's continued to point at me. It's just like, if I wanted to hurt you, I wouldn't need to get close to you.
Slowly lower the mace.
I think that was sorcerer for you're a pussy.
That was sorcerer. These are not the droids you were looking for.
Bob, I was so hoping you
I'm gonna
said,
be honest. I was looking at my spell list, seeing what didn't need him. Didn't.
Well, I
need,
had
like,
two ways to
a,
react there.
a
Either I
bomb.
hit him with my mace suddenly out of nowhere at a surprise round, or I lowered the mace. One of the two things.
Probably
I need
still
to
wouldn't
be able to
hit
push this forward. I need to be able to get the guys on time. We need to go somewhere. So
before before the burned people die of exposure.
Yeah.
Oh god, it's raining on our acid burns.
Well,
yeah.
It's in my black pudding wounds.
Alex, you wiped off all. I mean, the acid that was on your skin already had burned off before you had left the cave. The acid that was on your armor, that one you had time. You wiped most of that off. And Kavara, she burned all hers off just by splashing water on herself before you left. On a side note,
Oh,
what was the AC from your armor?
Hmm?
How much AC did your armor add? What was the AC value of the armor you wore?
It was I've already edited it on my sheet. It was originally 11.
you know, you had your AC. What was the AC of the armor? Like the
It was
shield
studded
+2?
leather, right?
No,
Yeah,
it's just
studded
leather. Just leathers.
Just
So it's
leather.
11.
I think it was just a. I think it's just a 10 for leather, isn't it?
I thought it was 11. Because I had 11. So
You had 11. So what's your AC now?
9. That's the one I've
Okay.
I've manually put it down to.
When Coswin comes to untie you, you notice that the acid has eaten away so much of the armor, it's falling off you and ceases to actually protect you from anything anymore. So you no longer are wearing armor.
Bob,
just
I was
drop
so
it out
hoping
my
you
back.
said you feel lucky, punk.
So
What?
I was hoping you would have said you feel
it'd
lucky,
be whatever
punk.
your character's unarmored, AC is.
Yeah, I'm trying to look that up.
Recurve crossbow, most powerful crossbow. in the world.
So Artlocks is not.
Did I
wearing
fire
armor.
one shot or 0 shots? Do you feel
And you tell me.
It's amazing that 2 party members don't wear armor right now.
Oh, it is 11. I'm sorry. So I've been operating with the
Make
wrong
that
AC the
3.
entire time. I should have 14 AC, not 13.
I don't wear armor either. I have
Jesus Christ.
unarmored defense.
Could've been
Sorcerer
so
doesn't
much-
use
This
armor.
could have been so much worse for you guys. But
Well,
okay,
actually,
so,
not really too much for me because I have a lot of monkey
Actually,
shit I can
Sorcerer
do.
gets
Where
a
do I find-
shitload of
Snowfox,
Oh, it'd be under
if
my
you-
race,
If,
would
if
it?
you got hit once, it would have killed you.
Sorcerer
Because
gets
it
some
would have
really
done
nice.
bludgeoning plus like, let's see, it would have done its bludgeoning plus 48 acid damage if it hit you unarmored.
There's got to be an exception to that rule for people who have unarmored defense because that would not make sense at all. Of why you would be
4d8.
able to- Yeah,
That's how that
48.
Yeah. It's a CR4 monster.
Hmm.
That's been par with what you get from CR4.
Yep, that's how that works. All right, so Coswin goes around and unties all of you. Artlox's armor deteriorates off his body. Just like the straps don't hold it on anymore because they've been eaten through, and he just discards the rest of it because it's just a heap of disjointed leather pieces at
Where
this
do I
point.
find my natural armor belly?
It should just be under your class info.